Suddenly, unstoppable momentum. Suddenly, everything clicks. There's a point where we reach critical mass, and suddenly, an overflow. A meniscus. If you have a glass and you fill it up, and you're filling it up with water, you could fill it up so high, and then you could actually fill the glass up beyond the height of the glass, where it forms a meniscus, and you could see this curvature of water. There's more water that's in the glass than the glass can even hold. And then once you reach critical mass and you pass that, all of a sudden, it overflows. That's the amount of energy that we have taken in. God is filling us up with light, and now we've reached the point of overflow. Suddenly, on your journey, you might be being filled up with light, you might be filled up with energy, and it keeps going into the cup, and nothing's happening. There's no overflow. But all of a sudden, you reach a point, and then suddenly there is overflow. Suddenly there's an abundance of water all over the floor. So just like how you could look at the water, and you could even go beyond what the cup, what the vessel can actually hold. That's what we're going through right now. We have so much light energy. We actually have more than our bodies can even hold. Are you feeling it right now? You might feel like a minty tingling inside of you. And I always refer to certain things when it comes to these symptoms. You're changing. Remember Neo? What did he say? He said, oh, my eyes hurt. Morpheus said, you've never used them. We now are activating abilities, dormant abilities that we've never used before. And suddenly, your reality shifts in a snap. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, could you kindly hit the like button? I'm very grateful for that. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time, and one of a mind. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. It is unstoppable. It's a time to really embrace being unstoppable. And suddenly, this momentum, it starts. There is always a time, whether it's for your everyday life, whether it's in the world right now. We just went through a highly energetic shift. You might be feeling that in your body. You're filled up with so much energy, so much light. God has opened doors that nobody can shut. God has opened doors that nobody can shut. Everything just clicks. You could be looking at your life. You could look at the past 7 years. You could look at the past year. That was a doozy. Wasn't last year a doozy? All of a sudden, everything clicks, and now it all makes sense. If you're experiencing that in the now moment, let us know in the comments. Everything just clicks. There's an order of operations, right? Like in math, you have, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Excuse your Aunt Sally. Well, there's an order of operations for your everyday life. To go through these activations, there's an order that you have to go through. And you have gone through all these things. You have been prepared. Everything is set. Your cup has been filled up. You have so much, and it's at the right moment. God is going to now increase the light, and then all of a sudden your cup runneth over, and the momentum can't be stopped, and it keeps spilling out. You could be filling up that cup for so long, and nothing happens, and then you go past what it could actually hold, and it's still holding on, and then all of a sudden, boom, it just goes. You changed, and the circumstances changed. That's why it's exponential right now. Not only did you change, but the circumstances changed. We're in a lighter and brighter timeline right now. Everyone could write it down. It's lighter and brighter. So now you are exponentially greater and more powerful. And not only that, the circumstances are much lighter. So you've been training with the heavy weights for so long. You've built up these spiritual muscles. And now you went through all your training. Now you're super strong and everything is light. It's so light. The weight is so light for you to move. And you're able to cause this great shift. The family is back together. You might be experiencing this in the now moment. We've been through isolation season last year so that we could have abundance this year. If you look at where you were last year and where we are right now and how things were kind of falling apart and now everything is coming back together, everything clicks in divine timing. The family is back together. The old and the new. Actually have my parents visiting me, and good shout out to my mom and dad. They're watching. And we have to realize that there are certain truths that last the test of time. When I reflect on my parents and my grandparents and the things that they taught me that last the test of time. And each and every one of us are all adding the new as well. And you have to kind of merge the two. So there are certain things that always last the test of time. These are truths that don't change. These are truths that don't change, and you have to stay focused on them. People try to maybe change the truth, manipulate the truth, but there are certain things that never change. They last the test of time. And some of these programs, you know, our parents passed them down, our grandparents passed them down to keep us protected, keep us on point. The order of operations. You have to think about what you're able to do without distractions. And you have to have that zero tolerance for distractions. There's great opportunity right now. And what did you learn from your journey in the past year, maybe the several past years? You are identifying people, things, and situations lightning fast. You know quickly to shut the door. You can say, oh, this person's going to drain my energy. This person's going to waste my time. Shut the door, write it down. This situation, this daily habit, if you will, could be anything. This is draining. I'm not going to be able to put my best foot forward. Shut the door, get rid of it. You know faster. You've been refined in the fire over the past year. And that's why we all were kind of spread around the world, and now we're coming back together, all refined, all better. Just stay focused on being 1% better every single day. People are going in two separate directions. That's why over the course of time, and you'll see it, you could see it over the past year, maybe over the past 3 years, maybe over the past 7 years. And if people are going only even 1%, if you're going 1% in a better direction and some people going 1% in the worst direction, you're on two totally different timelines, two totally different frequencies. But suddenly, the energy shifts. And this is the time period where the energy shifts in a flash because of that critical mass aspect. There's only so much that maybe something could hold, and then it overflows. Maybe there's a dam and it's trying to hold back your flow of energy, and then all of a sudden that dam cracks open, and then the energy goes out to the world. All of a sudden, whatever you're creating, it's exponential. Whatever you're doing, the abundance is flowing in exponentially. This is the year of abundance. Everyone hit 888 in the comments. It's a time period of abundance. And we are able to bring it in right now. So we're really feeling this. And it's really not pleasant. So as I said earlier, when you think about Neo, and he said, my eyes hurt. And Morpheus said, you never used them. Our gifts, our spiritual gifts are online right now. Our abilities are online right now. And you've never used them. And you're already starting to see like certain things. It's like all over the place. Now what do we have to do? We have to fine tune it. We want to have laser pinpoint accuracy. So now the laser's all over the place. Now we need to calibrate it and make sure it's nice and tuned in. That's where we are right now. So all of a sudden, you could feel your power, but it's not such a great feeling. You feel like Neo, and you might feel pains, and you might feel weird inside. It's change. You're experiencing a change. Energy is the ability to cause change, and we could detect energy's presence by noticing a change. Have you been noticing a massive change in the past week? Are you noticing it? Are you feeling it? That's the answers. That's right, Brandy. If you're transforming into a butterfly, you have to go through Heinrich, and it always comes in waves. God only gives you what you could handle. That's why many of us have been going through this over the course of several years. Years and years. Lion Teach, I love you. Thank you so much. Shut the door. Love you all. Absolutely. Shut the door and stay focused, because you will lose yourself. And we can never lose ourselves when we have something in front of us that's so important. So when you're recalibrating yourself, everyone has to be recalibrated together. Otherwise, years ago, when I would teach a class of 30, order precedes learning. It doesn't change. Order precedes learning. You can't learn, you can't grow, you can't expand if there's no order. Order precedes learning. Don't forget it. Hannah, I love you, Hannah. Thank you so much. The power of love, a force from above, cleaning my soul. I guess you're singing. You don't want to hear me sing. The dogs will start barking if I sing. No, order precedes learning. And it's just, there's been such a chaos of energy, a whirlwind, but that's where great things happen. Because what does it do? It forces you to go within. The storm is outside, it forces you to go within. There's a storm out there, the world is crazy, it forces you to go within. Otherwise, you'll lose yourself out there. The storm could pick up objects. The tornado could pick up objects. You ever have a tornado in your life? Not a literal one. A tornado could be a person, a situation. Your life is thrown. Oh my Lord, my life is all over the place. It forces you to find, you can't rely. So what are you doing? You're building neuroplasticity, new neural pathways in the brain. And once you've gone through it, you just can't go through it again. Once you've gone through it, you can't go through it again. What is God doing? God is testing you. Did you learn? Did you learn? Some people learn, then you continue. If you don't learn, you repeat the spiral. Remember the timeline. If you're getting this message and you see similar things come up again, come up again, come up again, God is holding you, that holding pattern, until you learn, and then you expand outwards. Then now you go on to the next level. It's like you're running Mario, and then you got to go back again and do it again until you get it. Then you go on to the next level. Everyone, 1,000 people, write it in the comments. We're on to the next level. We are on to the next level. Level up, kid. Recently did a full video. It's on the channel page. Signs you are leveling up. Know that it's not always pleasant. It doesn't mean that there's signs that you are leveling up at the time. And why am I going through this? Why am I experiencing this? These are the signs that you're leveling up. Now you're on a new level. And you're so big, you're so powerful, right? So it's like it's pressing, right? You're filled up with so much light. So now you're like a meniscus. You have more water than the cup can even hold. Is that how you feel right now? You have more light energy inside of you than your body can even hold. You have more water in the glass than the glass can even hold. And you go through the meniscus, and if any more comes in, it's going to just go. So that's where we are right now. It's a sudden explosion, a sudden movement. And that's why a lot of people, we feel, because you're in it for so long, you've been pouring it up. Oh, you're just pouring it up. It's never going to overflow. Then it overflows. There's so much. There's abundance. There's so much. Oh, it's never going to change it. And then all of a sudden it changes. What we're going through in the past year, this is something that is for exponential. We're always leveling up. But what we're going through right now, it's something like never before. See, what God wanted to do is build a foundation. Please pay attention. God wanted to build a foundation that is going to last the test of time. We were building the foundation. It takes a long time. You're building the foundation. God is supplying you with the energy. That's why we work collaboratively with God. God is not a genie in a bottle. I'm a genie in a bottle. That's how people treat him. It's not a genie in the bottle, because you have to do the work. It's you and God together. God is going to supply you. Okay, you need this, you need a shovel to build a foundation, you need the bricks, you need whatever you need to build a foundation. God ain't going to build it for you, but he's going to supply you with what you need. If that resonates with you, please smash the like button so people hear the truth. Because some people think it's a genie in a bottle. It's not. You have to do work. And that's why, as we go through this shift, a lot of people in the modern world do not take accountability. And that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing the difference between accountability and no accountability. Creators and drainers. Builders and parasites. Take accountability. What am I doing? How am I going to be better? Because that foundation that you've built, it lasts the test of time. If they were just, covering it up, eventually it's all going to collapse. That house of cards will collapse. Now, you're building the foundation. It's taken a long time. It could take weeks, months, and if you're just looking, you don't see anything. What has happened? Because you actually had to go down to build the foundation. You're building a building. You want to have this big, tall building, and you're building so much work, so much effort, so much work, so much effort. You see nothing. Nothing. Then suddenly, once that's done, that building starts going right up. And now you could start seeing the abundance. And now you have a tall skyscraper like never before. But the reason that you have it is because you spent the time building the foundation. I appreciate that, Jedi Contrast. Appreciate all you being here. Please hit the like button so more people will find this. These are the things, the examples that we see in our everyday life are the same examples, the same energy themes that we'll experience as we are shifting spiritually, as we're shifting. We're so abundant right now. We're abundant at a quantum level. We're expanding on a quantum level like never before. Exponential growth, tenfold. Not only double for your trouble, God wants to give you tenfold. And we are going tenfold. There could have been a little house and it was knocked down, and then you dig this big foundation, and then you build this building that's 10 times taller. You knock the little house that maybe you work, say, oh, why was this all knocked down? Why was this taken away? My little home, my little house here that I built. Now you dig a deep foundation, and now you have a building that is 10 times taller. We're going 10x. We are going 10x. That's the principle of spending the time, of building the foundation, of taking on more than you could even hold. You might have been on your journey and you said, I am taking on more. This is unbelievable. It's still, and I'm taking on more. That's that meniscus phase. You have more water in the cup than the cup can hold. And then all of a sudden you reach critical mass. Even though that cup can hold more, and that dome of water, that meniscus, the surface tension is holding, all the surface tension you're holding on, but you will eventually reach critical mass. And then it flows, and it flows like never before. The dam breaks, and it flows like never before. I was going to make a joke, but when God breaks the dam, and then it flows like never before. That's the energy. You've been held back. You've been held back for so long. I know what's important in my everyday life. And what's important is legacy. And that's why I don't allow people to distract me. If they want to be part of the journey, that's great. But if they're only here to distract me, I ain't got time. A wise man once said, I ain't got time to bleed. I ain't got time to bleed. You don't have time to bleed. You ain't got time. I don't have time. I don't have time for chaos. I don't have time for distractions. That chaotic energy is gone. Now we're focused. We're focused on the light of Christ. That Jezebel energy is gone. We removed it together. It's on the channel page. A lot of people, you see that spirit. Remember, the enemy will come to steal and destroy. They want to steal the gifts that God has for you. They want to destroy. Are you building? Are you teaching? Are you leading? Are you trolling? The energies are getting wider and wider. And that's why it's important to educate yourself. On the channel page, I have a full video on the consciousness scale. Look for them. Start identifying. Don't listen to the words. Feel the energy behind the words. Is it fear? Is it guilt? Is it shame? Is it acceptance? Not bad. Is it love? Is it truth? You got to know that you got know your scale. Know your scale. Know your energies. Know them. Know before you go. No, you have to know before you go. Some people, they dive into this work, and guess what? I did it too. And you think it's all going to be unicorns and rainbows. But you need to know before you go. And that's why we're building spiritual warriors like never before here. That's why we're improving our everyday lives like never before here. Because awareness is the precursor to change. When you are aware, then you can make changes. And these changes are going to make your everyday life much better. Suddenly, God has begun unstoppable momentum. And so it is. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe? Give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people. And please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. More and more people are showing up every single day. I'm so grateful for that. And again, please take the time to click the like button, click the share button, share it out to new people. We're constantly, remember, it's authentic and it goes through the people. The more that you share, more people find this beautiful channel and community. Hannah, thank you again. A portion of God dwells in the right side of our heart, letting creation manifest through you, being receptive to the grace of love, the purpose of the journey, and experience love in endless ways. I appreciate you. It's time. All that work that you spent building the foundation, all the time you spent pouring the water into the glass, now it's time for it to overflow. You're being overflowed with love, abundance, joy, happiness, sovereignty. You're free. We're all free now. Maybe you didn't feel free last year, but you're feeling it like never before. You've been purified by the Holy Spirit fire. And now we are doing it right now. And over the course of this year and this century and centuries beyond it, we're going to create things, unimaginable things. We're all able to do it. And the time is now. Unstoppable has been activated. I love you all. Let us know in the comments, what are you experiencing? And are you feeling some of these ascension symptoms like Neo? My eyes hurt. That's because you never used them. You feeling like weird sensations in your body right now? These activations, you never used them before. So now it feels a little weird. So I love you all. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.